These next tests require cooperation. Consequently, they have never been solved by a human. That's where you come in. You don't know pride. You don't know fear. You don't know anything. You'll be perfect. Test chamber completed. Continue testing.
Portal. A game so popular in the US it has its own fandom, toys, and successful toothbrush line. Just came on the last one. Portal was a very popular game released on the Orange Box for the Xbox 360 in 2007. And now it's making its third game. So why wouldn't I make a documentary on it? Would you want a third game, granted the ending?
Yeah, I think a third game would be alright. I'd probably have to change it a little bit though.
You would know. Okay.
I'm not sure if they'd have to make it different enough, and I mean, if you're going story-wise, you probably could continue it. It'd probably be an interesting thing. It'd be interesting to see where they go. But in terms of marketing and making, it's the third game, and the second one is good. And I don't know what they could do to make it different enough to have a key selling point, other than being it's the third one. That's great.
Wow, a third game. Now that would be cool, now that they can really improve on just about everything. Oh, the question, yes, yeah, sure. I would love a third game, obviously. Like I said, they can introduce a lot of new mechanics into the game. Now before we get into the juicy insides on one of the most popular games on Steam, let's ask where it came from. Now Portal was the game created by Valve, but the concept was not. Nabacular Drop, created by Nuclear Monkey Software. It's a fun little puzzle game premiering at the DigiPen Institute of Technology's annual career fair. CEO Gabe Newell swiftly gave all the developers jobs at Valve. They used all their creative intellect to create a new and improved version of the game, Portal. A lot of the same mechanics were used from the Nabacular Drop game, but some mechanics were added, making the game a tiny bit harder. In Nabacular Drop, you can shoot portals through portals to get to hard-to-reach places. But in Valve's Portal, you can't do that, making it a tiny bit harder. Portal is based off interaction from player and computer, making the gameplay not as boring, yet easy to get pulled into.
I think they're really fun, and I like the forced perspective of them, and they made my life have no friends.
And why?
I think the Portal games are very innovative. They are definitely a different genre and different take on the genre that they are scheduled in.
Oh man, what a good question. I love just about everything about it. Let's start with the mechanics, literally the best thing right there. I have never played another game that has so much detail. Now I've been playing Portal for a very long time, but mainly at my friend's house. When I finally got the game, I played it 4 to 5 hours a week, with its elaborate puzzle system and funny commentary. Have you played the Portal games before?
Yes, the last time I played them was last summer, and that's all I did for like
Yes. The game comes with an awesome multiplayer feature, so you and your best friend can play together in at least 100 new and improved maps designed specifically for 2 people. Now the game is based in a 1980s fashion where not many people have an income. So Cave Johnson, a millionaire who owns Aperture Science, offers the test subject $60 to do some simple testing. Cave Johnson never actually appears in the game, but his voice guides you throughout many tests throughout the game. Now, Cave Johnson appears in many Easter eggs and other Valve games like Half-Life 1 and 2. Aperture Science is supposed to be a completely secret laboratory, but if you've ever played the game, you'll see at the end of every test you go down an elevator. So, hundreds and hundreds of tests, down, down, down we go. The main character is Shell. She is just a girl who's been put into Aperture as a test subject from the main computer, GLaDOS, genetic life form in this operating system. In the game, you go through many puzzles that may seem hard or easy depending on how far you are in the game, with some added funny commentary from GLaDOS as well. In every game, you do the story, you fight the boss, watch the ending cutscene, you win. Well, not in Portal. In Portal, you're always playing. I've beaten the game at least 5 times and it never gets old. The game is just one of those games that pulls you in. It's a puzzle game that you are trying constantly to beat your own time, with memorizing all the levels, of course. Yeah, I never even explained how you play the game. Now, the game is not a 2D side-scroller like most Donkey Kong games, but it's a first-person shooter, puzzle-solving game of sorts. Yeah, that works. You have a gun called the Portal Gun, which GLaDOS gives you in the beginning of the game. Use the Portal Gun to shoot portals, a blue and an orange, at certain walls to solve the puzzle. You can walk through the portals, also to get to hard-to-reach places. The dangers of the game mostly include basic stuff like endless pits, fire, spikes, turrets with unusual dialogue, smashy plate thingies, more fire, GLaDOS endlessly trying to kill you, very simple physics, fire. If you could meet the creators, what advice would you give to them?
I would say to be careful what you do with it in the future, because it has become sort of a cultural phenomenon. Sort of, and if you do not treat it with the respect it is given by many of the fans today, there's going to be a lot of backlash from that if you just throw it another one without really caring about it.
Invest in plastics.
Good advice. Although it may seem hard and scary, it's not hard at all. If you're a nerd like moi, I love Easter eggs and cliffhangers, and the game leaves so much out of the plot, yet includes it all. There are many theories on Portal, and they all lead to some pretty awesome turnouts. For example, my favorite, where did Shell come from? Many theories state that she comes from the big man himself, Cave Johnson, but since he didn't want to get business in the way, like he was doing great on his own, he set up Shell for adoption, and a man named Doug Ratman took care of her. There is this comic on Steam website that gives a lot of truth to this theory. It is called Lab Rat, and it states that Ratman works at an Aperture Science as a scientist and saw that GLaDOS was going insane and killing all the employees with neurotoxin, a poisonous gas. So he thought that his daughter Shell should save them all. So he moved her from the placeholder 1324 to the next in line, and she succeeded in killing GLaDOS, at least for now. Currently, both games are being sold on the Steam store for about $20 or $35 for both.
Invest in plastics.
What's your favorite part of the game and why? Thank you.